Whether it's that time of the month and you had a pimple pop up, or you ate some greasy food, whatever it might be, we all struggle with acne, and I'm gonna show you in a few easy steps how you can cover that up. First, I'm gonna use the NARS. This is the medium one custard, and I forget the actual name of it, but it comes in this little pot like this. It is phenomenal. It blends with your skin so well, and it goes under makeup phenomenally. So typically, I'll just take my forefinger and dip it in here, and then I will go over the areas that need to be covered. Most often for me, it's along my jawline. And if you look at an acne map, which it honestly is a super beneficial thing if you want to look at an acne map, because you can look and see in comparison with the map your affected areas and kind of know a little bit more about maybe why those areas are breaking out. So this area for me is hormonal. I'm also gonna be putting some up here on my cheekbone. I don't know if it's because I hold my phone there or what, but a lot of times I'll get a little texture in this area. So this is gonna help cover that up. Next, I'm gonna go in with my foundation. I'll be honest, this is a perfect foundation if you have less breakouts at the time. I'm gonna be using it today, and I can show you how to cover your acne with a very light coverage foundation. However, I might recommend a more full coverage foundation if you are someone that struggles with acne. My favorite foundation, if you do have oilier skin by nature or you struggle with acne, is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. It's phenomenal. I keep it in my professional makeup kit and have used it for years. So I am just buffing in my foundation over top of that concealer. And then I'm gonna go in with a bit more of the concealer and just tap it over top. Thin layers is the best way to cover acne. So just going over it as many times as you need to, but never just clump a bunch of product on there. Another trick that I wanna show you all, and I don't have the exact correct color today. However, I wanna show you that you can go in with a more liquid concealer, get some on your brush, and just tap it directly onto the acne spots. So I will show you with this concealer. And at this point, I am not gonna blend that out. I'm gonna go on to another part of my makeup application and come back to that later. The reason I'm doing it this way is that so those areas, they can dry and absorb the concealer in a bit more. If I were to go in and immediately blend them out, the product would disperse a lot more. So I'm gonna go in and do my under eye concealer. I usually like to add a little concealer vertically, and then I'll blend those areas out. Now, at this point, I recommend taking a beauty blender, and this one, don't look too closely at it. It's very well loved. I'm about to throw it away and get another one. And I'm also gonna take my setting powder. This is the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. So I'm gonna put some of the powder on my beauty blender like so, and then I'm gonna set underneath my eyes, and I'm gonna set and blend out the concealer on the problematic areas. Those are set now, and because I used a concealer that's slightly lighter and the different layers, they've caused it to look a little cakey and makeup-y. I am going to go in with a bronzer. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. I'm gonna get some on a wide brush like this, not a ton, but I'm just gonna go in and blend out my whole chin area. And then these guys are being very persistent, so because I'm doing very fine layers, I'm gonna take a final layer. And when I say very thin, I don't know if you can see that on my forefinger, but it's very little product. And set that in. With the final layer of translucent setting powder. Perfect, so now I'm gonna continue with my makeup application and I'll show you all the end result. I finished the rest of my makeup and this is the completed look for me today. I always tell clients that although I can help with color correction and some of disguising the acne and the texture that is being talked about, however, I can't necessarily change the texture in terms of like raised and lowered. So I can't fill in, around the texture or acne to make it all the same like smoothness, if that makes sense. So that is the one exception that you will notice. Okay, it's not absolutely perfect in this case. However, 9 times out of 10, if you get the color correction right and add your coverage, you're gonna notice a huge difference and be totally happy. So I wanted to add that side note on there so that when you finish with the layering in this makeup, you're not disappointed, but rather know that you are beautiful. And if you have a little bit of texture on your skin, that is okay. It is natural and you are loved just the way you are. Without further ado, I wanted to just wrap up this tutorial. We have some other amazing tutorials here down below, so be sure to check those out and we'll see you next time.